Okay, guys, guess who's back? Time to do another video that you're going to love and enjoy. Okay, today will be lesson 1-7. We're going to talk about accidentals. Now, it's important that you understand that at this point we're moving away from how long or short a note is, and we're getting more into the sound of the note itself. So, it is very, very important that you go back to section 1-3 if you haven't and learn about your clef and learn what notes go where on the staff because that is going to get mission critical in the next few minutes. So, if you don't, stop this video, go back, watch 1-3, and come back. And then make sure you know if I draw a staff and put your clef on there, you know where it goes. Okay? All right, let's hop to it. So, hey, look, it's been a week since I drew a staff, and that was, well, almost straight. They're kind of bad there at the end. Here's line 2. Here's line 3. Here's line 4. And there is line 5. Now, the title is Accidentals. And because I know treble clef the best, that's what I'm going to work with here. Ooh, that one came out good. So, accidentals. For your purposes, for this grade level, we're going to have 3. Okay? Put them down here. We're going to have the sharp, not a hashtag. If you call it a hashtag, I will fail you. It's not a hashtag. Sharp, 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 sharpity sharp. Okay? The flat. Okay? And the natural. Now, when you look at a keyboard, you have white keys on the bottom and you have black keys on the top, right? Right. Okay? The black keys are where you have accidentals. Okay? And today we're just going to get into how these work compared to everything else that you've done so far. So, for example, we have A. Okay? That is A. If you didn't know that was A, go back to section 1-3. Shh, I won't tell. Okay, now, accidental rules. Okay? Matter of fact, we're going to try something. Let's see if this works. Okay, rules. Number 1, always to the left of the circle of the note. Okay? So, if I'm going to place one of these, it means I'm going to place it to the left of the note. Okay? Now, that is a sharp. What does a sharp do? Up 1/2 step. Okay? It raises the note. So, if you have a sharp, the note's going to go higher. Think about what happens when you sharpen your pencil. It goes to a point. The flat end of the pencil gets higher. Even if the pencil gets shorter, that's done. I know it's a messed up metaphor, but it's the best one I got. So, flat pencil goes up. Okay? So the sharp raises the note. So, what do we know about the sharp? Rule number 2. Center, square. That's a really bad A. Square is in the same line or space as the circle of the note. So, and this is for sharps. Okay. Now, rule number 3, I'm going to go ahead and tell you for the flat. For flat, the lower half matches up with the circle like the sharp. Okay, so let's look at that. Let me draw another note here. Okay, now, see what I mean? Now, and then the stem of the flat right here goes up to the next line or space. Okay, I'm going to do some ones on a line here in a minute so you can see what it looks like. Now, the flat, if the sharp raises it, think what happens. You flatten something, it gets lower. So if you flatten it, it goes down 1/2 step. Okay? Now, the natural. Okay? Again, let me give you a definition of what it does. Cancels all further accidentals in that measure. Now that's, well, ran out of space, but you get it, in the measure. Now, 4. Natural, square, and center matches line, space of circle of note. Okay, now let's look back. So the square's in here, the square's in the center, the bottom part's in the center, the square's in the center. Right next to the note on the line or space. Now watch this. Same thing, let's go up here. Here's your sharp. Center square has the line going through it. Now, flat. Oh, that's a little much. What am I going to do? But there we go. Again, did it again. What's going on here? Yeah. Same thing. Okay. Now, to the rules, page 2. Okay. Now, it is important to note how the accidental works. Accidentals last until the bar line of the measure or unless changed by another accidental. Okay. Okay, so what this means is this. And this is pretty much the last rule, so I'm going to draw a staff down here. I'm going to make this one pretty long again. It's got some curves in it, but that's okay. I just feel like Bob Ross when I'm doing this. Yeah, it's got a few little happy trees. That's okay. We made a mistake. We'll just change it around. It's all right. For my purposes, it'll work. Okay. So, there's your cliff. These rules apply to every cliff. I'm just using treble because I've been playing treble for 25 years. It applies to actually 30 years. It applies to every cliff. It doesn't matter. Okay? Even tenor cliff, which you don't even know what that is, still applies to it. Okay? So, let's say we've got a whole note here, or a half note here rather, that is a C sharp. And then we have a measure, and we have a C here. Now, this is C sharp, okay? That's how you write it. You put the accidental with it. That clarifies it. It should actually be a rule. I should write that in some rules, page 3. You name the accidental with a note. So if you're playing most trumpets, for example, actually not trumpets, most trombones and flutes right now are playing B flat and E flat. You notice I've always said you're playing B flat and E flat, not B and E, because accidentals matter. Okay? You ever ordered a burger and got something on it that you didn't ask for, or something was left off despite you saying it? Same thing with accidentals. It matters. Okay? Trust and believe. Okay, so now the question becomes, what is this? Well, accidentals last until the bar line of the measure that comes on. Okay? And they affect every note after it. Matter of fact, I'm going to erase that and put that in here. Affecting, I'm going to erase this question mark, all notes on that line or space following the rules above. So, if this is C sharp, and we haven't hit our bar line yet, this is C sharp and we haven't hit our bar line yet, what does this make? Is this C or C sharp? Well, these rules, accidentals last until the bar line of the measure, or unless changed by another accidental, affecting all notes on that line or space following those rules. That's still in the same measure. It's a C. We know that because it's on the same space. That makes it C sharp. Okay? Now, by those same rules, right now, is this note C or C sharp? It's C. Why? Because we have a bar line. So now we have C. Okay? Now, make a quarter note here. Now, this is a C sharp. Again. The question becomes, is this still a C? Yes. They last until the bar line of the measure, or unless changed by another accidental, affecting all further notes in that line of space. So this stays C. This becomes C sharp. Now, I have another one here, but I add a natural. Now it's what? Now it's C. Because this natural cancels all further accidentals in that measure. So, now I'm going to really blow your brain. Okay? Start here, and this is C. For giggles, we're going to make this C. Now, it has a natural sign after it, but technically, isn't this natural already? Yes, because it has sharp or flat. So, any note without an accidental is considered to be quote unquote a natural note. So you never have to say C natural. You just say C, even if there's a natural there. It's the only one that works for, otherwise sharp and flat you have to say. Okay, now, this is C. What does this make it? Is this C natural, C flat, or C sharp? C natural. But now, it's become what? C flat. That makes this note now what? Also C flat. Okay? Hopefully we have a better understanding of accidentals. There are other ones. You can have a half sharp, a double sharp, a half flat, a double flat, quarter and three quarters. That is so far beyond anything you need to worry about that it's ridiculous. But they are possible, and I wanted you to know that they existed. Okay? I was going to give you 1-8 today after this, but I'm going to go back and modify the assignment. So once you've done this one, you're good for the day, as of now at least. Escoba, signing off.